Oh, good morning, Om Shanti. Good morning to everyone. Baba's Murli today is the 11th of November 2023. In the essence, Baba says, sweet children, the more you remember the Father, the more the locks on your intellects will open. Those who repeatedly forget to remember, those who repeatedly forget to have remembrance of the Father are unlucky children. Question. What is the basis of accumulating in your account? What brings the greatest income? Answer. You accumulate in your account by donating. To whatever extent you give the Father's introduction to others, to that extent, your income increases. You earn a huge income by studying the Murlis. These Murlis change you from ugly to beautiful. There is godly magic in each Murli. It is by studying the Murli that you become very wealthy. And the song of Baba's Murli. We have to follow the path on which we may fall, and so have to be very cautious. Om Shanti. The spiritual father explains to you, children, you have to fall. And so we have to be cautious. To forget the Father repeatedly means to fall. And to remember the Father is to be cautious. Maya makes you forget the Father. This is a new aspect. In fact, no one can ever forget his father. A wife would never forget her husband. As soon as they become engaged, their intellect's yoga is connected to one another. There is no question of forgetting. A husband is a husband, and a father is a father. Now, this one is the incorporeal father, and he is also called the bridegroom. Devotees are called brides. At this time, all are devotees, whereas there is only the one God. Devotees are called brides, and God is called the bridegroom. Similarly, devotees are called children, and God is called the Father. Now, the husband of all husbands and the Father of all fathers is one. The Supreme Soul is in fact the Father of every single soul, whereas each one has their own individual physical father. The Supreme Father from beyond is only the one God, the Father of all souls. His name is Shiva. If you simply address an envelope, God the Father, Mount Abu, would your letter arrive here? You have to write the name on it. That one is the unlimited Father. His name is Shiva. People talk about Shiv Kashi. There is a Shiv temple there. Surely he must have been there too. They show that Rama went there. They show that Rama went here and there, and that Gandhi went here and there. So it is true that there is an image of Shiv Baba here and there. However, he is incorporeal. He is called the Father. No one else can be called the Father of all. He is also the Father of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar. His name is Shiva. There is the temple to him at Kashi. And there is also a temple in Ujjain. No one knows why so many temples have been built to him. Similarly, those who worship Lakshmi and Narayan say that they were the masters of heaven. But no one knows when heaven existed or how they became the masters of it. If worshippers do not know the occupation of the ones they worship, they are called those with blind faith. Here too, although some of you say Baba, you still don't have full recognition. You don't know the mother and father. Baba says, you don't know the mother and father. The worshippers of Lakshmi and Narayan worship them. They also go to the temples of Shiva and praise him and sing, you are the mother and father. However, they don't know how he is their mother and father or how he became that. The people of Bharat don't understand anything at all. Christians and Buddhists, etc., remember Christ and Buddha. They can instantly tell you their biography, that Christ came at such and such a time to establish the Christian religion, whereas the people of Bharat do not know anything about the ones they worship. They don't know anything about Shiva, nor do they know Brahma, Vishnu, or Shankar, or the world mother, Jagadamba, or the world father, or Lakshmi, or Narayan. They just continue to worship them. They don't know anything about their biographies. The Father sits here and explains to souls. And what he explains to souls? When you were in the golden age, your souls and your bodies were both pure. You used to rule there. You know that you truly ruled there, then, whilst taking rebirth and experiencing 84 births. You lost that kingdom. And from being beautiful, you became ugly. You were beautiful, but you have now become ugly. Nowadays, they make Narayan's picture dark blue. Nowadays, they make Narayan's picture dark blue too, to show that Krishna was Narayan. However, people don't understand these things at all. The Yadavas were the ones who invented the missiles, and the Kauravas and the Pandavas were brothers. Those brothers were devilish, whereas these brothers are divine. Those brothers also used to be, these brothers also used to be devilish. However, the Father made them elevated and made them divine brothers. So what happened to the two sets of brothers? there was definitely victory for the Pandavas, whereas the Kauravas were destroyed. Whilst sitting here, although some say Mama and Baba, they don't know them. They do not follow the father's Srimad. They don't know that Baba is teaching them Raja Yoga. They are not able to maintain that faith because of being body conscious. They remember their bodily friends and relatives, etc. Yeah, you have to remember the bodiless Father. This is a new aspect that no human being is able to explain. Even while sitting here with the mother and father, some of you don't recognize him. This is a wonder. They have then taken birth here. They don't recognize him because he is incorporeal. They are not able to understand him clearly. Then, because they don't follow his directions, they become those who run away, even after having been amazed by the knowledge. If they do not recognize the one who gives them the inheritance of heaven for 21 births, they run away. Those who recognize the Father are said to be fortunate. It is only the one Father who liberates everyone from sorrow. There is a great deal of sorrow in the world. In any case, this kingdom is corrupt. According to the drama, after 5,000 years, there will again be the same corrupt world. The Father will then come again to establish the pure and elevated kingdom of self-sovereignty of the Golden Age. You have come here. Why have we come here? Baba says to become deities from human beings. This is a world of human beings. The world of deities exists in the Golden Age. Here, there are impure human beings. Pure deities exist in the Golden Age. Only those who become Brahmins have this explained to them. Those who become Brahmins will continue to receive explanations. Not everyone will become a Brahmin. Those who become Brahmins are the ones who will later become deities. If they don't become Brahmins, they cannot become deities. Once they say Mama and Baba, they enter the Brahmin clan. Everything else then depends on how much effort they make to study. A kingdom is being established. Abraham and Buddha, etc., do not establish a kingdom. Christ came alone and entered someone's body to establish the Christian religion. Then the souls who belong, to the Christian religion continue to follow him down from up above. All the Christian souls are now here. Now, at the end, everyone has to go back home. The Father becomes the guide for everyone and liberates them from sorrow. The Father is the liberator and the guide for the whole of humanity. He will then take all souls back. Souls cannot return home because they are impure. The incorporeal world is pure. This corporeal world is now impure. Now, who can purify them all so that they can return to the incorporeal world? This is why they call out, O God the Father, come. God the Father comes and tells us that he only comes once, when the whole world has become corrupt. They continue to make many bullets and bombs, etc., in order to kill one another. On the one hand, they are making bombs, and on the other hand, there will be natural calamities, floods, and earthquakes, etc. Lightning will flash, and people will fall ill because fertilizer has to be made. Fertilizer is usually made out of rubbish. The whole of the world is going to need manure in order to produce first-class crops. Only Bharat exists in the golden age. So many are now going to be destroyed. The Father says, I come to establish the deity kingdom. Everyone else is to be destroyed, and you will then go to heaven. Everyone remembers heaven, but no one knows what heaven is. When someone dies, they say that he has gone to heaven. Oh, but if someone dies in the Iron Age, he would surely take rebirth in the Iron Age. Some don't even have this much sense. Although they give themselves such titles as Doctor of Philosophy, etc., they don't understand anything. Human beings used to be worthy of living in a temple. That was the ocean of milk, whereas it is now the ocean of poison. It is the Father who explains all of these things. He teaches human beings. He doesn't teach animals. The Father explains. This drama is predestined. As is a wealthy person, so is his furniture. The poor have clay pots, whereas the wealthy would have so many material possessions. You are wealthy in the golden age, and so you have palaces of gold and diamonds. There is neither dirt, etc. there, nor any bad odors. Yeah, there are bad odors. This is why incense sticks are lit. There is natural fragrance of flowers, etc. Now let's take a little time out and step to there, meaning the golden age, and feel what it feels like to relive that time. So, golden age, no bad odor. There is beautiful fragrance of flowers, etc. There is no need to light incense sticks there. It is called heaven. The Father is teaching you in order to make you into the masters of heaven. Just look how ordinary he is. You even forget to remember such a father. You forget him because you don't have full faith. It is a matter of such misfortune to forget the mother and father from whom you receive your inheritance of heaven. The Father comes and makes you the highest of all. If you do not follow the directions of such a mother and father, you would be considered to be 100% most unlucky. Everyone will be number ones. There is such a huge difference between becoming a master of the world by studying and becoming a maid or servant. You can understand to what extent you are studying. Elsewhere, founders of religions come to establish their religions, whereas here, there is the mother and father because this is a family path. It used to be a pure family path, and it is now an impure family path. When Lakshmi and Narayan were pure, their children were also pure. You understand what you will become. The mother and father makes you so elevated, and so you should follow him. It is Bharat that is called the mother, father country. In the golden age, everyone was pure, whereas here, everyone is impure. Everything depends, Baba says, everything is explained so clearly to you, yet you do not remember the Father. And so, what is the consequence of not remembering Baba? He says, and so the locks on your intellects remain closed. Although you listen, you renounce the study. The locks on your intellects become completely locked. In schools too, they are number ones. Reference is made to a stone intellect and a divine intellect. Those with stone intellects do not understand anything because they don't remember the Father for even 5 minutes out of the whole day. If they were to remember him for 5 minutes, what will be the benefit now? If they were to remember him for 5 minutes, the locks on their intellects would open that much. If they were to remember him more, the locks would open fully. Everything depends on remembrance. Some children write a letter to Baba addressed Dear Baba or Dear Dada. Now, if you simply address the letter to Dear Dada and post it, would it arrive here? You definitely have to write the name. There are many dadas and daddies in the world. Acha, today is Deepavali. People open new accounts at Deepavali. You throw Brahmins. Those Brahmin priests, the so-called Brahmin priests, make businessmen open new accounts. That is on the day of Deepavali. You have to keep new accounts. But these are for the new world. The accounts of the path of devotion are of unlimited loss. you attain unlimited inheritance, and you attain unlimited peace and happiness. The unlimited Father sits here and explains these unlimited aspects. But only the children who are to receive unlimited happiness are able to understand all of these things. Only a handful out of multi-millions come to the Father. Some, whilst moving along, start to lose their income. Then, whatever they have accumulated is cancelled. Your account increases. When? How our account increases? As Baba said in the very answer to the question. When you donate to others. If you do not donate, your income does not increase. You are making effort to increase your income. That will only happen when you donate to others and enable them to receive benefit. To give the Father's introduction to someone means to accumulate. If you do not give the Father's introduction, you do not accumulate anything. Your income is extremely great. You can earn a true income by studying the Murlis. But you need to know whose Murlis they are. You children also know that those who have become ugly have to listen to the Murlis in order to become beautiful. There is magic in your Murli. They speak of God's magic. So there is godly magic in these Murlis. It is now that you have this knowledge. Deities do not have this knowledge. Since they didn't have this knowledge, how could those who came after them have this knowledge? All the scriptures that were written later on will also be destroyed. There are very few of you, of your true Gitas. There are very few of your true Gitas, whereas those in the world must number hundreds of thousands. In fact, it is these pictures that have the true Gita. People are not able to understand as much from those Gitas, the false Gitas, that is, as they can from these pictures. Actually, okay. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bapdada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say, Namaste to the spiritual father. Excuse. Essence with Dharma points to practice for today. First one, study very well and make yourself fortunate. In order to become a deity, become a full Brahmin. Second one, in order to remember the bodiless Father, become soul conscious. Practice forgetting your body. Baba's blessing for today. May you be yogyukt and remain beyond body consciousness by constantly considering yourself to be a co-charity and a detached observer. The easy way to become yogya is to move along while constantly considering yourself to be a co-charity and a detached observer. I, this soul, am the one who drives this chariot. This awareness automatically makes you detached from your chariot, your body, and from any type of body consciousness. When you do not have any body consciousness, you easily become yogic. And every action you perform will be yukti. You will become yogic, embodiment of yoga in every action that is. And you will perform this action and will be yogic, meaning embodiment of great tact and method. By considering yourself to be a co-charity, all your physical senses will stay under your control. Such a soul is not controlled by his physical senses. And Baba's slogan for today. In order to be a victorious soul, make paying attention and practicing this your original sanskars. Om Shanti. Do have a powerful day whilst making effort to donate and accumulate. Shubh Diwali to all of you. Om Shanti.